Hello again. In our previous lesson, we have covered under food and nutrition. We have covered unit number 1, which talks about the consumer energy and the nutritional requirement. Okay, we have gone through everything, all food types, and today we are going to look at unit number 2, which talks about nutrients and their functions. And we know we get nutrients from food. 2.1, food contains a combination of nutrients and other substances that the body needs. Each nutrient performs a specific function in the body, and all of them are required for good health. So you need all the nutrients. The nutrients are protein, carbohydrates, lipids and fats, vitamins and minerals. These are the nutrients. A balanced diet provides the right nutrients in the right quantities. No single food provides all the nutrients we need. For example, meat provides protein but very little carbohydrate and no dietary fiber. Fruits and vegetables provide carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals, while bread and cereals provide carbohydrates. But both provide very little protein and fat. So it is important to eat a range of food in the right proportions. So it is important to eat a range of food in the right proportion so you get all the nutrients. Okay, so let's look at let's look at 2.2 to see our right proportions. So where are we going to get a right proportion? From our servings and portion sizes. You need to plan your daily food intake so that you can balance your sources of nutrients, and awareness of which foods to eat more and which to eat less of will help you to make the best choices. Many foods contain servings from more than one food group. For example, an egg, cheese, and tomato sandwich contains serving from all good food groups. Eggs provide you with nutrients from the meat and the meat alternative food group. Cheese is from the milk and the milk products food group, and tomato is from the fruit and vegetable food group. Bread is from the grain and grain product food group, and margarine is from the fats and oil. So you see, a sandwich is kind of balanced. Table 7.2 shows the number of portions of the different food groups we should eat per day. It also contains information about portion sizes. Okay, let's look at 7.2. The food groups, we have grain and grain products there. What are the nutrients that are there? It's carbohydrates and vitamin B. What is the function of grain and grain products? They provide body with heat and energy. They stimulate peristaltic movement in the small and large intestine. They are necessary for cell growth. They are necessary for release of energy in the body. Where do we get the grain and grain products? Bread rolls, dry cereals, breakfast cereals, rice, porridge, and pasta. Portions per day, 6 to 11 portions, which amounts to 180 to 250 grams, depending if you are male or female and your age. Portion sizes. One slice is 30 gram. Hamburger roll or muffin, that is one portion. Half a cup rice is one portion, and half a cup to a cup instant breakfast cereal is one portion. 3 to 4 crackers is one portion. You see your, what is this? I forgot those small crackers. And half cup butternut is a portion. That also pumpkin, beetroot, peas, or corn. and half cup mixed vegetables, 1 medium potato, a half cup mashed potato. It's 1 serving of a grain or grain products. And we look at fruits and vegetable. What nutrients are there? Vitamin C, A, and fiber. Their functions: they protect the body against disease, they keep eyes, skin, and mucous membrane healthy, they stimulate peristaltic movement in the small and large intestine. And where do we get fruits? Citrus fruits like your oranges, lemon, uh, we get it from guava, tomatoes, pawpaw, deep yellow fruit and vegetables, dark green leafy vegetables. Portion, we should eat 3 to 5 a day, and that is vegetables, and fruit 2 to 4 portions. That should include sources of vitamin A and C. Vegetables, half cup raw cut cooked vegetables, add 1 cup raw leafy vegetables like a spinach or green salad, and 1 cup mixed vegetables. And then fruit, a half a cup diced fruit, cooked or canned fruit, 1 medium apple or orange is a portion, and this is 1/4 cup dried fruit, and this is almost a glass of fruit juice. That's a portion size. Milk and milk products, they give us the nutrients there is calcium and phosphorus, protein and water. And what is the function of milk and milk products? They build strong teeth and bones, they build and repair the body tissue, they regulate body processes. And where do we get them? Milk, from milk, cheese, cottage cheese, yogurt, and ice cream. A day, you can only have 2 to 3 portions, and 1 cup of milk or 1 cup of yogurt is a portion. 1.5 cup of ice cream, it's a portion. And 30 grams of cheese, it's a portion. You see those cheese wedges? And 2 cups of cottage cheese, it's a portion. And we look at meat and meat alternatives. The nutrients that are there is protein and iron. What do they do? Functions in the body: they build and repair body tissue, they build hemoglobin, the oxygen carrier in the blood. And where do we get that? We get that from meat, fish, eggs, poultry, nuts, dried pulses, like peas, beans, lettuce, and soya. And a day you can eat 2 or 3 portions, and these are portion sizes on the side. And we have fats and oils, sweets, and alcoholic beverages. What do we get? Fat, vitamin A, and vitamin D. What do these things do? They provide the body with heat and energy. They keep eyes, skin, and mucous membrane healthy. They build strong teeth and bones. And where do we get them from? We get them from all fats and oils, including butter, margarine, salad dressing, mayonnaise, and cream. They say use sparingly or in moderation. These are the portion size. So they don't even give you portion size here, because you must use very sparingly when it comes to fats and oils, sweets, and alcohol beverages. Okay, and we look at meal planning. The principles of meal planning. The principles of meal planning are as follows. Meal plans should be based on South Africa's food-based dietary guidelines that we learned about in unit number 1. They should provide for the food needs of each family member. They should provide for the suggested number of servings of food groups in the food pyramid. Each meal need not include all the food groups, but the different meals of the day should supply recommended number of servings of each groups. How to plan meals? When you plan meals, you need to consider meal patterns, the meal plan, and the menus. Let's start to look at the meal patterns. You have already seen that different families have different meal patterns. The ideal meal pattern is a good breakfast, a main meal at lunch, and a light meal in the evening. Light meal in the evening. It should include small snacks between breakfast and lunch, between lunch and supper, and after supper. Excuse me. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Your body needs food in the morning for energy and to improve your overall performance. A good rule to follow is to eat foods from at least 3 different fruit groups at breakfast. You hear that? Breakfast, you must eat from 3 different fruit groups. Ideally, lunch should be the main meal of the day, not supper. Because of school and work commitments, however, most families have their main meal in the evening. It is important to have nutritious lunch boxes and to keep supper fairly light and easily digestible. Don't eat pap and red meat because that is difficult to digest red meat and you eat it during supper. Foods with high fat content are difficult to digest and should not be eaten in the evening. A big meal in the evening is also not good for restful sleep. So if you want to sleep nicely, don't eat a big meal. Meal plans. As you know, a meal plan includes all food eaten during the course of the day. It's not about one meal only, all the foods during the day. The number of daily meals is determined by personal preference or habits, but each meal should include all the food groups. Many families follow a pattern of 3 meals a day with snacks between meals. Others have only 2 meals a day. The meal plan should be flexible to suit the family individual lifestyle and needs. The meal plan form the basis of planning menus. So we should plan our menus. We don't decide at 4 o'clock what are we eating tonight. Okay, let's see how do we plan menus. A menu describes the specific foods or dishes that will be eaten during a meal. The guidelines for planning menus are as follows. Food must look attractive and smell good to stimulate the appetite, please. A color, avoid meals lacking in color contrast, for example, white fish, creamed potatoes, and cauliflower followed by rice pudding. So you see in this plate, everything is white. Use garnishes, sauces, and accompaniments to give extra color. Okay. Texture. Avoid serving all soft or all dry or all hard textured food at one meal. Flavor. Avoid repetition of flavors and the use of too many bland or highly seasoned food together. For example, avoid fruit as a starter followed by fruit salad as a dessert, or tomato soup and a casserole with tomatoes as a major ingredient. Include as wide a variety of foods as you can. In this way, it's unlikely that you will be short of one nutrient or include too much of another. Include raw or unprocessed food as far as possible and do not rely on processed and convenient food, your instant stuff, your canned stuff. Include whole wheat cereals rather than refined foods. Breakfast cereals containing whole grain of wheat or bran and whole wheat bread add fiber to the diet. Include fresh fruit and vegetables. This gives you many valuable nutrients and adds roughage or bulk to your diet to prevent constipation. Fresh fruit and vegetable. Include dark green vegetables such as spinach, which is valuable source of calcium, B vitamins, and vitamin A. Include liver and organ meat. These foods are cheap sources of food quality protein, iron, and B vitamins. Include legumes in daily diet as they are good sources of vitamin B. Your green beans, B6, iron, zinc, magnesium, and unsaturated fatty acid. Do not include too many fats and oils in the diet. Cut down on fried foods, cakes, pastry, and biscuit, which contain a lot of fat and sugar. Avoid too many sweet foods because sugary foods are bad for your health. Your figure and your teeth are bad for your health, your figure, and your teeth. Let's read again. Avoid too many sweet foods because the sugary foods are bad for your health, your figure, and your teeth. Jam, sweets, fizzy drinks, cakes, biscuits, chocolate, and tin fruit in syrup are some of the foods that provide lots of energy but very few nutrients, so avoid them. Example of a meal and a menu plan, they give us there. You can go through that. This is a meal plan for one day: breakfast, snack, and lunch. And I think it will go to a snack, so it has got everything, snacks in between. This is an example of a meal plan. You can go through it there on page 118. And that brings us to the end of the chapter and the end of food and nutrition. That is chapter 6 and chapter 7. So please write your notes, study, and understand your work. You've got all the time to do that. Okay, so this is where we are going to stop for term 1. Thank you.